Can't understand a damn word, but fuck, it goes hard as shit. Welcome to Random Does Music. For today, we're taking a look at the fourth EP from deathcore band Lorna called And I Return to Nothingness. The band has had some, let's just say, unfortunate luck in the vocalist department, with their original vocalist Tom Barber leaving to go join Chelsea Grin, then bringing in CJ McCreary, who just, CJ McCreary. But where there's rays of darkness and times where things don't seem to be going too well, there can be a certain demonic entity coming into your life, and it's a Lorna Shore's life. And that demonic entity comes in the form of one Will Ramos. The guy's an absolute force on vocals, and the first single with Lorna Shore broke streaming records for the bands and brought in a lot of new fans to the band as well. I, like many others, were immediately hypnotized by his pure power and just rage that he brought with his voice and with his stage presence as well. His brutality is what the genre of deathcore is all about, just something perfectly almost upsetting to listen to for you to sink your teeth into with a band like Lorna Shore, and couple that with some horrid breakdowns, some teeth-clenching guitar, and some blast beats straight out of the 9 pits of hell. We got this exemplary album. This is a relatively quick 3-song EP, but with it being an EP and with it being only 3 songs, I have the rare opportunity to actually talk about each song one by one and really dive into each and every one of them. The first track makes the case for Will Ramos being one of the new, immediately crowned kings of deathcore, and that is To the Hellfire. A lot of bands in deathcore just kind of look at the genre and look at the music that they can make with it and think, okay, I just have to be really loud, really angry, throw in some squeals, and I'm good to go. They don't usually ever really go much beyond the name. Like, the name might give you ideas of a concept or a general idea, but not a lot of bands will actually take that name or make a theme out of it, make an album story out of it. Each song on this album, when it comes to the name correlating to the name of the album, it really does feel like they live up to their names, the grandiose and brutal names that each track has. Lyrical themes of To the Hellfire not only coincide with the name of the track, but gives you an ominous atmosphere that fits in with the name And I Return to Nothingness that the EP bears. To the Hellfire evokes a few different vibes, but underneath the barbaric growls is a genuine story being told within the lyrics. I think the chorus really goes the extra mile in terms of taking what could just be a basic concept and going that extra mile to add extra layers to it. I'm going to read off the chorus right here. Azrael guiding me beyond the well, habitual, free me from this mortal shell, enter into the darkest night, I will sink where I lie, through the sands of time, through the angel's eye. This is one of the hardest brands of metal music, ebbing and flowing with genuine storytelling, which is why Lorna Shore is one of those bands that a lot of people bring up when they try to introduce people to the genre. They're always one step ahead of the crowd, even with less than savory individuals at the helm, and there's not a single song that's worth skipping in their discography. This song and this EP included. This all goes without even mentioning a breakdown in the ending that genuinely stopped me in my tracks and forced me to listen to it time and time again. The pig-like grunting, the sheer, just almost, honestly, jaw-dropping intensity that I got from this song. I'm pretty sure I've seen probably a dozen plus reactions to this song of people who listen to deathcore, people who don't listen to deathcore, and every reaction is pretty much the same. Just oh, that kind of thing. The crew here know how to create a definitive piece of deathcore music every chance they get, and that is evident by some of the elements they choose to incorporate within this album, including the classic choir-like chanting in this next song we're going to discuss here. Of the Abyss is a song that's pretty easy to take in and listen to, whether you primarily listen to deathcore or listen to a lot of subgenres of metal, metalcore, and so on. But all in all, it is a song that's pretty approachable and pretty easy to listen to for anyone in any aspect of the genres. The atmosphere here is absolutely outstanding. Andrew O'Connor and Adam D'Amico, I believe is his last name, produce a splintering solo in the middle of that. Once again, it's stopping me in my tracks. It's making me pause the song and go back 15 seconds and be like, hold on, let me free up the ear canals a little bit more. Gotta hear that one more time. That section is a work of pure beauty. And really, real talk, I always love an opportunity to talk about a bass player. And Adam's bass elements that he adds to this album not only are very noticeable, which is always a great thing with bass, because let's face it, whether we like to admit it or not, if you're a fan of bass, you know that it gets drowned out under a lot of the other elements. But you can hear it clear as day here, and it even fuses in with the drum work that Austin Archie puts together with his patterns and his insane drum fills. You want to know something weird that I noticed while listening to this song and the other 2 songs of the album as well here and there, mostly this track? There were times where I thought there was a drum solo happening, or that there was extra work being put in on the drums, maybe a triple kick or something, but then I listened a little further deeper, that makes sense. I listened to it a little more intently and a little more like pick and choose point-wise. I figured out that's the bass. That's him pounding away at the bass, producing thunderous, earthquake-inducing sections on that bass guitar. And honestly, big hand for Adam there. Closing track is the title track, And I Return to Nothingness. And I gotta say, this is how you close out a deathcore album. You take all of the elements of the genre, you put them together in this big, like, rotating, bloody circle of brutality and grandeur. You take that ball and run with it. You have an organ-led introduction, and then the way that the rest of the instruments are framed, played out, and brought in gradually, well, not so much gradually as all at once, but it feels gradual with how it switches up. It's just a work of beauty that it's hard to describe, really. There's a lot of bands that you try to like pick out like new words to describe what they're doing or new ways to describe how the song feels, and you can't help but repeat yourself just for the pure just greatness that comes from it. The level of mood setting and general like feeling of cohesiveness is pretty easy to compare to like bigger metal acts like Gojira or Slipknot, or even as recently as the returning Mushroomhead. Something also finally hit me on this third track that was not immediately apparent to me at the time of listening to it initially. I saw the 3 songs and I was like, okay, quick 9-minute banger. We're gonna go through it pretty fast and I'm gonna have a good time with it. What I didn't realize is that all of these songs go well beyond normal song time lengths. Fuck, the shortest song on here is just under 6 minutes. That's 6 minutes of in-your-face fire, rage, and exhaustion in the best way. Not once did I feel bored or did I feel like, okay, I want the song to end so I can get to the next one, or I want the song to end just to end. The way these songs are made, structurally, production-wise, they feel like songs that are worth listening to the entire way through. Sometimes I'll hear a song that's like over 5 minutes or fuck, even over 4 minutes, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, I can skip this section, it's another chorus. But not once on this EP did I have that feeling. Never-ending screams, guitar work worthy to rival bands like Metallica in terms of intricacy and power. Drums that sound like a demon's pounding away at it as if his unlife depends on it. And bass work that transcends what it means to be a background player like bass players usually have to end up being. Lorna Shore has created the best EP of 2021. Honestly, I would make the argument to say that they made one of the best, if not the best EP in the past few years for any genre. Just like my Victims review that I did earlier in the year, you can use a lot of the same type of words, a lot of synonyms for intensity, but it's not worth saying the same thing over and over again. It's just saying that Lorna Shore has created something truly magnificent with this EP. Will Ramos, you're the new king of Lorna Shore. Let's see you become the true, undivided king of deathcore music as time goes on with your mates in Lorna Shore. That means this album, Lorna Shore's And I Return to Nothingness, gets an EP score of 4.2 out of 5, but an overall score of 8.4 out of 10. And that's the review. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. What are some other deathcore or just harder metal and core releases that came out this year? Because I'm looking at a lot of different genres, but I haven't really found a lot of stuff that's just pure, squealy, angry heaven like this album is. Please, give me suggestions. I want them all down in the comments. Let me know what you thought of the review. Let me know how your day is going. And above all else, stay hydrated. I'll see you next time.